I've got this large sedan body already chosen. First, steel for panel material, ladder frame also made from steel, front longitudinal engine placement, double wishbone suspension on the front, and solid axle leaf for the rear. At this point I will throw some fixtures on this body. And done with that now, let's go over the design a bit. Chrome, 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 and brown. Okay, let's move on to the next section. Obviously going to be rear wheel drive, and of course the only engine option for a car like this is a cast iron V8. Displacement I'll make a respectable 8 liters. Push rods for valve train and iron standard for head design. Cast heavy for everything here. And a harmonic damper. Not doing anything here yet, and going to keep it naturally aspirated. Carburetor of course, and let's make it a single barrel carb. Regular leaded gasoline, and a compact intake manifold. Compact headers to match the intake manifold. Emissions. What emissions? And a single reverse flow muffler. Then time for me to tune this engine a bit. And here it is completed. All the torque low down, as an engine like this should have. And I would consider getting under 200 horsepower from an 8-liter V8 some sort of achievement. Let's do a test pull at this point then. Well, seems like I have managed to make the world's first silent internal combustion engine. Let me just increase this a bit so we get some noise at least. And with that done, we can move to the next section. Naturally, going to give it an automatic 3-speed gearbox, and along with that, an open differential, radial, hard, long-life tires, and keeping the rim material as steel. Drum brakes, front and rear, and no under tray. 3-row seating, front and rear. I'd say the interior is pretty premium, and let me see what entertainment thing I put in. Okay, it was luxury 8-track. Also just going to bring this slider down. Just a tad. Hydraulic ball for steering, and finally standard springs and twin tube dampers for suspension. Throwing on the comfort preset and going to adjust it from there. Now I will get to work fine tuning everything in this section. And done with that now. Nothing special to mention here, just a bit of fine tuning to make sure every part works like it should. Of course the game's still giving me some suggestions here, but don't care about those. Final thing to do is to give this thing a name. Grandiose Admiral. Going to export this to BMG Drive now, so I can go for a maiden voyage. Here it is in BMG Drive. Let's get into the interior camera and set off for the test drive. Don't mind the gauges being broken, no idea what is causing that. Already can say that I really like how the engine sounds, though it is hard to make a big V8 sound bad. And can notice while stopping for this stop sign that the brakes don't feel too effective. I suppose I shouldn't expect too much from drum brakes. Oh yep, it understeers like automation said it would. Though I think I was also going a bit too fast there, which I didn't really even notice. Okay, time to accelerate to highway speed. Well, it's not going to win any awards for acceleration, but it does feel effortless to get going, if that makes any sense. And of course, this has no problem just cruising in a straight line, which is good since that is what a car like this is designed for. But it's not the most exciting thing to watch, so allow me to come up with something else to try out. Here we are at a parking garage. Thought it would be fun to see if this thing can navigate through here, since it is quite a large vehicle. First turn here and able to get through without any issues. This is a bit tighter then. Going to take a properly wide line here. But it is managing to turn around here easily enough. And no problem in this turnaround either. It's getting through here surprisingly well, I have to say. Thought it would be a bit more tricky. Let's go down one more floor and then I will try to actually park it somewhere. Okay, I think I will try to fit into one of those spots on the right. So let's start maneuvering this thing into there. Well, close enough. Could get it better with a bit more work, but I don't think anyone wants to see any more of that. Now onto something a bit more exciting. Want to see how it handles around the track. My guess is that it's going to be absolutely terrible. Set off here and being careful on the throttle so I don't spin the rear wheels too much. Yeah, this thing ain't exactly fast, but we already knew that. Going to brake very early for the first corner, since I already know from driving around that the brakes are terrible. And even at this low of a speed, it wants to understeer. Handles like a proper boat. At least I can enjoy the good sound this makes. Taking these corners very carefully. The steering really is more of a suggestion for this thing to change direction rather than a direct input. Take as straight of a line through here as possible. Have to brake and turn in really early with this thing, as you probably have already noticed. So slow through there, but any faster and it will just plow straight. And brace for the upcoming corner. Rudder full to starboard. And even with that, still getting a bit of drag on exit. Okay, the corkscrew replica might be interesting in this thing. Let us see how this automobile goes down it. Well, it did get down it, and now just have to get through the final chicane. Think I might have slowed down a bit too much there, but better to play it safe at this point, I would say. Then I can press the throttle all the way as we make our way towards the finish line. And now fully on the brakes to see how long it takes to slow down from that speed. Yeah, that took a while. But anyways, it did manage to make its way around the track, so that is something. So, spotted this dirt track here and thought it might be fun to try to do a lap around it as well. Let's start going then, and I think I will go this way. Looks like there is a bit of a jump here. And the whole body bending on landing there. Into this banked corner now. And I mean, it's not handling this too well, but then again, what did I expect? Accelerate onto the straight section here, and I suppose this works as a good test for the suspension of this thing. The soft suspension eating up the bumps. And starting the braking process for the upcoming corner, commencing the world's longest Scandi flick. Not even able to keep that slide going through there. Think I would need a lock differential to be able to do that. Well, at least didn't hit the wall and made it a full lap around. That ends our maiden voyage. Really like how this car turned out. Yes, it handles awfully, but that is how I wanted this car to be. Just makes it another type of fun driving experience. Along with that, it looks and sounds the part.